Amazing. Hi guys, it is me, Gottmik from RuPaul's Drag Race Season 13. Here on my channel every week, I like to teach you guys how I did the makeup that I wore on the main stage of RuPaul's Drag Race. This week, the main challenge was a disco-mentary, and the runway was Little Black Dress. The disco-mentary? Interesting. It was interesting for me this week, but the Little Black Dress was one of my favorite looks ever. So I think all of it together, I was a very definition textbook version of safe, and I'll take it, Gorge. This week, safe it is for me. But this was one of my favorite looks of all time, just because a year ago, looking at me on the main stage of RuPaul's Drag Race with my full body out like that, never would have thought that was me in my life. I could never have done that. But in this past year, I've gotten top surgery and I've been on hormones and all this stuff, so my body is just, I could not be happier with it. So seeing myself like that on the runway was just the best moment of my life. So I stand. Okay, so without further ado, if you guys want to see the makeup that I wore on the Little Black Dress runway on the main stage, stay tuned. Let's get into it. Stay tuned. All right, so I glued down my brows off camera because boring. And now I'm gonna start my makeups. We're gonna start with foundation. I'm just gonna be nice and tan for the day. It's gonna be really good and different for me. Oh my God, so the mini challenge too, we got to make little dresses out of wallpaper. And that was so fun because first of all, I love making little dresses out of things that dresses shouldn't be made out of. And then I got like sushi, and I chose to be on the team with Candy and Tina, and those bitches are funny, like down. And so we had to write little like ad libs about like sushi jokes, and we wrote so many. Like RuPaul was like, is there any left for me? It was so crazy. We just went in, and then I had to like put on the most disgusting makeup of life.
Oh, Jesus. Gross.
And design that whole dress in 20 minutes. So that was like the fastest I've ever done anything in my life, but it was so funny. When I was modeling that, I was like trying not to die laughing so hard. It was very funny.
I thought it turned out really good.
Oh my God, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, when I got to pick the teams, I chose Candy and Tina, which in the episode, we were just putting our hands in. They decided to call it a Mean Girls moment. As you can literally see, I rolled my eyes because I'm not mean, I'm just shady. So it's different. So I wasn't a fan of that title. But Candy and Tina are funny bitches, and they were just the loudest bitches at the time, and I like to go where the loudness in the party is. So I mean, can you really blame me at the end of the day? I think it's also important to remember when you watch this little trio sitch happening right now, you only get to see what's on TV. Like we're all kikiing, we all get along, it's drag, we're funny. And also, Candy had one little moment in Untucked, and the rest, like, when have we ever even really been mean? Like, that title that didn't really fit. I don't know about that title, but what happened, and I live, and they're fun, so get into it. It's drag.
And that's on period.
I'm gonna highlight now. When I was like deciding what team to pick also, I was like thinking like, okay, what could this disco moment be? And I was thinking it was gonna be a very like Club 69 moment, like a very design a club situation.
Club 96.
I was thinking it was gonna be very Club 96. I was thinking it was gonna be very that, and so I was like, okay, like who would just like make me laugh, like who like would my vibe best fit with? Then I heard it was a dance challenge, and I was like, interesting choice, okay. I'm gonna contour my nose. I'm gonna cut this contour now. So we have a sharp cheek. Yeah, no, that walkthrough was so funny though. I remember like, you can see on my face when she was asking Candy questions, I was like, because I just didn't want her to get to me. I was so scared. I mean, yeah, so the challenge happened, and girl, there were a lot of moving parts. Like, that was a fucking musical. I was like, I remember being like, if this is Drag Race every day, I don't know if I can make it, you guys. Like, it was fucking hard. And then, like, the choreo was just fast and a lot in a short amount of time. And I was like, Jesus Christ, okay. But we got on stage, I looked like a little disco diva. That was also one of the most feminine moments I've ever had in my life, I feel. Like I looked like a little girly. I think the disco challenge, it went okay. Like I definitely could have remembered some of the choreo a little bit better. But you know, like even though I like forgot, I was still just like smiling and running and going. Like I was just having like a really fun time. So I mean, whatever.
Oh. All right.
I had to wear makeup this week that would easily transfer into my little black dress. So I decided to do this 60s inspired, a drag version of a 60s inspired eye. And I'm not really sure why I chose not to wear eyebrows, but apparently that was just a must for me, which is very weird looking back, but love it. So basically to start, I draw my black liner that is oversized and crazy like I always do. This is an eye look also that's kind of my go-to eye look when I'm in a rush or don't know what's happening, because it's kind of just line work, which I love, and then you can add to it. Now we're going to fill it in with black. Okay, so now we did the thick black liner that I always start out with. So basically my base is done. This is the base, time to build. So a 60s eye, like in the 60s, they would always draw these like cute little black like crease lines and little lashes, and it was really cute. So I'm making this really draggy, and I started doing this because I did makeup on Alaska for the cover of Plastic Magazine, and they wanted a 60s inspired look, but I was like, I'm not just gonna draw a line. So we ended up doing this like crazy shape, and I was like, that was so cute. I'm stealing that for myself, even though I did that, so I don't know if it's stealing, but. So all I do is start at my nose contour, and I basically trace where like the bottom of the glue is, like I do every time. It's like where my crease goes. I've seen so many comments where people are like, when are we ever going to see your iconic white face again? We like miss it and we don't understand why you're not doing it. And I was like, imagine if I was doing it all the time. The comments would be like, stop doing your white face. I know, like people want it now that I don't do it, but imagine if I did it, I would have gotten ripped apart. Like, I can't win in this life.
Life's not fair.
So I'm going to add a white under eye to give us that draggy drag feel that we need, and to make it look like our eyes are really big. Okay, so this was like a super crazy emotional week for me, because first of all, the runway, like, that's like one of the most special moments of my life to me, being able to do that. And then I go to Untucked, already like on cloud 9 about my look and just being able to do that and all of that artistry. And then I'm sitting there naked in the workroom, drinking. And I hear my parents' voice, and I'm like, I turn around and my parents had that little video message for me. It was so cute. I could have died, because, I mean, me and my parents have had quite the journey with my transness, and so just seeing them supporting me while I'm on Drag Race and saying Cade, my chosen name, and you know, just like sharing old memories and just them talking about how much they support me and my art, it was just the most surreal moment ever. I couldn't even believe. Such an important lesson that I've learned too is just like, you know, at first, you kind of have to realize that it's a transition for you, but it's also a transition for everyone else around you. And so you kind of have to just educate no matter how hard it is. But my parents definitely had it in the back of their mind, even though they weren't crazy about the idea of the situation at first. You could still tell that they like loved me and that they were going to be there for me. It was hard at first. Okay, so now that we blended out the under eye, we are going to add a little inner cat eye moment to really give it that snatch a datched shape we all know and love in our hearts. What was that sentence? I don't know! So this is basically the eye look. Such a simple moment, but so effective and stunning at the same time, if I do say so myself. I'm gonna take some bronzer and bronze up my life, because we are feeling a little icy spicy up in here with the cool tones. Okay, now I'm going to take this white paint that I used for under my eye, and I just like to draw a little line down the center of my nose. Blend her out. Now I'm gonna mascara. Wiggle it up. I'm gonna wiggle to the top with this mascara. Time for a lip, angels. I basically only do black lipstick because it's just my favorite thing in the world. But I didn't even bring black lipstick to Drag Race at all. I literally forgot it and I got there and I was like, uh-oh. And so, back to this. I literally forgot it, and so every time I wear black lipstick, it's just eyeliner. Like with my clown white face, I go in with the highlighter, but. Okay, we just added more highlighter. But yeah, so this is a very simple look, but it is one of my favorites ever because it's just bold, effective, and straight to the point. But all I have to do is go put on my eyelash and my hair, and I'll see you in a second.
I think the girls with their nails done now.
Alright, you guys, this is the final little black dress look. There's not much to this look because I'm naked for the runway. Here it is. Look, I just glued it. But anyway, this is one of my favorite looks of all time because like I have said a million times in this video, I couldn't believe that I was this comfortable with my body to strut down the main stage like that. It's such a surreal moment for me and I've worked really hard to get to a place where I was able to do that. So I'm really proud of myself and it's just a very meaningful moment for me. So I hope you guys had an amazing time watching me create this look. It's one of my favorites ever, ever, ever. Alright guys, so if you enjoyed this video and liked watching me get into my little runway memento, please give this video a like, comment, subscribe, every single button on the screen. Please give it to me because I love doing this and I hope you guys love watching. Like I say every week, I have not been eliminated yet, so I will be back next week with my runway makeup tutorial and I'm so excited. It's going to be everything, so I'll see you then. Until then, bye Gorge.
I think the girls with their nails done now.